The Oscar winner has found a new calling as a children's book writer and illustrator. The girl who was too big for the page is inspired by her own childhood. Geena Davis, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you here.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great, thanks.
Looking good.
Now, you say that you have been tall your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
You were even a tall baby.
Right.
So we can say that this book is inspired by your life story.
Since it's about being tall, yeah, pretty safe to assume, yeah.
And what was it like preparing for this book and actually thinking about you being this tall girl who sometimes had to deal with that awkwardness?
Right. Well, you know, all I wanted to do was fit in and not stand out, and
me
from
too.
being so tall.
Yeah.
And I was always the tallest kid in class, not just a girl, and. All I wanted to do was be smaller and shrink and not be noticed as much. And it wasn't until I was an adult and I stopped growing that I realized, that it's okay to take up this much space. And so that's kind of the message of the book.
That's good.
And to own it, I remember it being in 6th grade, taller than everybody in the class, and they used to call me Goofy Gayle, I'm not traumatized or anything.
Whoa.
You had to stand in the back of the line.
Oh, man.
I know. To this day, I think maybe I'm a little traumatized. But now when you get older, you realize, I used to slouch down to look like everybody else.
Yeah.
Did it have an effect on you as a kid?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
How so?
Well, my mom knew I was going to be tall, so she would not let me slouch my shoulders. But I found ways to. There's even an illustration where she's standing with her hips stuck way out so she could be shorter. But my nickname in high school, the boys called me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
How was your hook shot, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Tony.
Right. Come on.
But not only did you write the book and the message about your you.
Yeah.
I was fascinated that you did the illustrations, Geena.
Yes.
Is this she's an archer.
Right.
She's an actress. I'm thinking, what, do you make your own clothes?
Pumpkin carver?
I did.
A pumpkin carver?
And she does make her own clothes,
Yeah.
and she
And I
can
do
carve a
make-
pumpkin.
But you were so meticulous in your illustrations.
Right,
What were
right,
you trying to convey there? I love the illustrations, the detail of it.
Thank you. I mean, I've always been very interested in drawing. I always have drawn, but I didn't ever consider myself like an artist or something, but I knew exactly how I wanted the character to look, so I decided, let me just try,
Gayle mentioned being an archer. That wasn't just a passing thing. You almost qualified for the Olympics as an archer.
Well, I was a semifinalist for the Olympic trials at 43, but yes, because I take everything too far.
Okay.
That's my modus operandi.
Well,
So,
what attracted you to the archery, though, of all things?
I had to learn some sports for various movie roles that I played, and like taekwondo and ice skating, horseback riding, and baseball, and I was kind of good at all of them. And I had no interest in sports when I was a kid. I was too shy to, they begged me to be on the basketball team. Of course, but I thought, well, maybe I have some, untapped athletic ability. Let me take
You have so many. Listen, we were talking about your iconic roles, League of Their Own, Thelma Louise.
Right.
But let's stick to the book for now, just because Sheila isn't just tall. She also has a voice too big to fit on the page.
Right.
She frets about being worthy of being a main character, but at the end, she learns a big lesson.
Right.
Can you read that part for us?
Oh,
And
yes,
show us, because I like how you.
At the very end.
At the very end. A little show and tell.
Her friend has told her she should be as big and loud as she should be. So Sheila says, I know the answer. I'm not too big. I just need a bigger page.
So good.
I love that reveal. Yeah, it's really fun.
I'm in the trenches of reading books to kids at home. They're going to love that. They love the flip-up page. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
And we also hear that you speak Swedish?
Well, yeah, I was a foreign exchange
So
student.
I was working on mine. So, hey, here my do?
Well, your accent needs a little work.
Geena, do you have a favorite movie of yours? If you had,
Long Kiss Goodnight is one of my big.
which one?
Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
That's a great one.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. We want to do a sequel to that, by the way. Everybody write in or something because.
I just knew it was going to be Thelma.
Well, we
Louise
love
or
seeing
League
you
of
on the
Their
big
Own.
screen, and we love seeing you in person.
We love
Thank you
having
so much.
you
The
here.
book is amazing.
Congrats on the book.
Geena Davis, thank you so much.
This is amazing.
The Girl Who
I know,
Was
isn't
Too
this
Big
cool?
for the Page. It's on sale now.